Hey everyone, my name is Christy Desroches from Christy Desroches Digitals. I am a full-time 5th grade math teacher in South Louisiana, and I'm so excited to welcome you to the Plan to Prosper video series. This free video series has something to offer to you whether you are a brand new teacher, a veteran teacher, or somewhere in between. We will talk about all of the different things that will help you start your school year off right. We will talk about organization, we'll talk about procedures and systems to have in place so that way you can start your school year off on the right foot, okay? I cannot wait to help you over these next 3 days, and on the 4th day, we will have a live webinar that we will talk about all of the things, organization, procedures, and systems. So if you're ready to get started, give me 1 second and I will go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so again, I would like to welcome you to the Plan to Prosper video series. This video series will be 3 days of free trainings to help you plan to prosper this school year so you can start the school year on the right foot. So this video series will be 3 days followed by a 4th day with a free live webinar. So this video series is all about your classroom O.P.S guide. Organization, procedures, and systems. O.P.S is not just for a manager or a CEO, but you are the manager and CEO of your classroom. So this O.P.S guide will help you start your school year off on the right foot no matter how you spent last school year. Virtual, in-person, hybrid, a little bit of both. This will absolutely help you get started. So on the first day, which is today, you will cultivate your confidence in classroom organization. We'll talk about all things, how we can organize our classroom and make sure that we start the year on the right foot. Day 2 is your often missed procedures that will change your teacher life. We know procedures are the foundation for a great school year. It is what you need so your classroom management can flow properly. So we will talk about often missed procedures and the procedures that I need to change and implement for the upcoming school year. And our 3rd day, we'll talk about systems that will create time and energy for you as a teacher. Systems is the absolutely best thing so you can be a productivity professional and use your time at school wisely so you can leave and work your contract hours. And on the 4th day, there is a free live webinar, Cultivating Back to School Success with O.P.S. Okay, so be sure that you have signed up and saved your seat for the free live webinar. It is going to be a great ending to this Plan to Prosper video series. And if you want to sign up, seats are limited. So make sure you go to the address at the bottom, bit.ly/Christy Desroches webinar 1 to be sure to save your seat. Okay, it will be a live webinar so we can answer questions and we can talk back and forth. And I cannot wait to see you. Now, you may be thinking, is this right for me? But you are in the right place if you are the last car in the parking lot every day. I've done that before. I've been the first car and the last car. You're feeling like you're putting out fires all day. All day, I'm just putting out fires. I'm not getting what I need done. You're bringing home loads of work each day. I'm guilty of bringing home work before and it just sits in my car. And I don't do anything with it, but it just taunts me like it's just there. You have a desk full of papers, can't find anything, and there's constantly piles just climbing on your desk. Or you have a looming to-do list, and it never seems to minimize, ever. It's just always, always, always growing and growing and never going down. If this is you, then you are in the right place, and I cannot wait to help you. One of my passions is helping new and experienced teachers figure out their productivity system so they can thrive and they can be the teacher they want and they can prosper. Now, if you watch all 3 videos and you have absolutely enjoyed them, at the end of each video, I will tell you a secret word. If you direct message me on Instagram, that secret word, all 3 days, you have a chance of winning a $25 Amazon gift card. So at the end of the video and each video this week, I will tell you that secret word. So make sure you're ready to write it down and send me that secret word. And at the end of the video series, on the day of the live webinar, I will announce who has won the $25 Amazon gift card, which would be great to helping purchase things for your classroom so you can organize and be ready for the new school year. Now, let me go ahead and introduce myself a little bit further. My name is Christy. I am a full-time 5th grade teacher. I'm still in the classroom. I'm just finishing up year 10, and I have absolutely enjoyed it. I don't have any plans to leave the classroom. So don't think I'm teaching you things that I'm not implementing myself. I am still in the classroom full time, and I do enjoy it. I am a mom to a 3.5-year-old little boy, and I am a wife to my high school sweetheart. I am a teacher author. You can find me on Teachers Pay Teachers, Etsy, my own website, and I absolutely enjoy making things for teachers that help make their life easier, things that just come naturally to me. I also am a digital planner obsessed person. I love digital planning and the freedom we have behind that. Whether you have an iPad or a computer. And I do love organization and productivity. So it is one of my specialties. So I do like to have my things in my home organized. I'm not a perfectionist, that's for sure. I do like to have things organized in my classroom and in my own home. So that's just a little bit about me. Let's go ahead and make sure that we are connected on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Christy DeRoche Digitals. And of course on Facebook at Christy DeRoche Digitals. When you signed up for this video series, you should have received this Instagram story template. I would be thrilled if you could share this out and let all of your friends know about this free video series and tell me a little bit about yourself. So you can use GIFs or text to type about number of years teaching, favorite part of your school year, and then tag 2 friends that might be interested in this free series, okay? Because we don't want them to mess out. We want everybody to start the school year off fresh. We're just finishing up a rough school year, and we want the next year to be way better and just start off on the right foot. Because I know that I'm excited for that fresh start come August when we go back. So let's talk about day 1. Cultivate your confidence in classroom organization. That is the first letter in our O.P.S, organization. So it sounds like it's very daunting, organization, if you're not an organized person, but I promise you I can give you tips that can help you get started today or things that you can do over the summer to get started. So first thing I want you to do is close your eyes. Imagine your dream classroom. I'm not talking decor or technology. I mean the order. What are your students doing? Where are their things? Where are your things? How are they moving about their classroom to get to their things? Are their things easily accessible? Do they know where to put their things? These are the things I want you to imagine as you're closing your eyes and imagining your dream classroom. Yes, we could all build a brand new school with brand new walls and floors and furniture, but that's not always ideal. So make sure when you're closing your eyes and you're envisioning this, you're envisioning the logistics of it. Where are your students seated? Where are their things? Are they all over the floor? Because I imagine they're not all over the floor if you're here and you want classroom organization help. So think about those things as we go through this video. Now, let me guess. You probably often ask yourself, what do I do with all of the papers that pile up on my desk? Because you clock in, you grab your things out of your teacher mailbox, and there's more papers. There's always more papers in our mailbox. How do I control the amount of clutter in my student desk? It is absolutely overwhelming when the students leave things in the desk. And especially if you teach more than one class like I do, they're constantly adding things to the desk and it can be overwhelming. Or sometimes they have textbooks that need to stay in the desk, which can also hide clutter, hide more sheets. How do I hold my students accountable for their part in classroom organization? Because they're in my classroom just as much as I do. So if these are questions that you often ask yourself, you are absolutely in the right place. And these are all things that I can help you with. These are all things that I've asked myself before and that we can work on and that we can fix. So that way your sanity and your free time is not spent doing all of these things by yourself. So let's talk about classroom organization and what it is. It is the key to your sanity. If your things are out of order, as you don't like them, then your sanity will be compromised. And one thing we need to understand is that your level of classroom organization may not be mine, may not be your partner teachers, may not be the teachers down the hall. But this is all about finding your level of expertise in classroom organization and what will help you prosper. Because we want to make sure that we are not feeling overwhelmed because of something we can control. So classroom organization is absolutely the key to your sanity. We want to make sure that we're modeling for our students. If we constantly show them how important our materials are, that they're organized so that we can find them, they will absolutely pick up on that and do the same thing in their school bags. How often do you ask your students to pull out a worksheet, and they can't find it. They're not sure where it is, but it's somewhere in that messy school bag. We want to make sure we're modeling for our students that all of our things have a place, so that way it can be easily accessible and organized. Consistency is the key. Now, the beginning of the school year is filled with, procedures, back to school rituals, and so many other things. So it's so easy to start on the right foot and be consistent, but then it starts to dwindle away. You have to remain consistent, so that way your organization and your orderly systems will absolutely remain that way as well. So being consistent is absolutely key. And let's be real, some of our students, the only consistent thing they have is school. So the more they know that our classroom is going to run orderly, the more comfortable they will feel there because they know it's going to be what they left it as. It's going to be the same thing. And a lot of students thrive on consistency. Now, procedures are the backbone of your classroom organization. And we'll talk about procedures tomorrow, but I want you to have that in the back of your mind that all this organization will be possible because you will create procedures to go around that classroom organization. You do not have to do it all by yourself, and that's what we will discuss this week. So there are some things that you can do this summer to kickstart your classroom organization. If you're overwhelmed, you're coming off the end of this year, that your things were everywhere, it's not what you wanted, the school year just presented so many obstacles that you were not prepared for, I got you. I got you. We will work through this together, and my hope is that this video series will help you plan so you can prosper. So let's talk about some things you can do. Move as many files as possible to a digital storage. Now, digital storage options can be Google Drive. It can be an iCloud. It could be a portable hard drive. I know there are a lot of people out there still using jump drives. I'm not a jump drive fan because they can get lost, but there are plenty of options for digital storage. Move as many files as possible to your digital storage. Going from a paper to a digital format is even better, but you want to make sure that you're organizing those things as much as possible because your time is golden. You do not want to spend a lot of your time next year looking for files that you use this year. Make sure you're naming them easily so that way you can find them and search for them. So that's my first tip. Move as many files as possible to digital storage. This is something you could probably do from your couch in front of Netflix. So this is my first tip. The next tip would be create a plan for your area. I highly suggest having your own area, whether that's your own teacher desk, a podium where you teach at, your small group area. Create a plan for your area. What are you going to house there? What is it going to look like? How are you going to set up your desk or your shelf or anything behind it? Have a plan for your area because your area is where your sanctuary is, where you will collect your thoughts at the end of the day or the beginning of the day, and you want it to be as comfortable as possible. You also want to model for your students. This is my area. I keep it nice and clean. I want you to do the same for yours. And it will trickle down as you model for them. It will absolutely trickle down to them. Then I want you to plan out where your student materials will go. Where do you want them to put their books, their textbooks? What about their school supplies they bring on the first day? All of these things need to be planned out so that way students will know where they are and you will know. So when they show up on the first day of school with all their stuff, you're not overwhelmed trying to figure out where they're going to go. Creating a plan will absolutely help you so you're not spending the first couple of days organizing it after they've left. You want to make sure you're using your contract time because, let's be real, overtime's not showing up, right? No matter how much we work. So make sure you have that plan for where your student materials will go. Now, let's remember, you do not have to do it all yourself. Whether you teach kindergarten to 5th grade, what I teach, or beyond, students want to help. And now we may not want all of their help at the same time, but they do want to help. So let's be sure that we're allowing them to help where they can help. Classroom jobs are a great thing. You can create a classroom job for almost anything. Some teachers will not work that way, and that's fine. But you do not have to do it all yourself. I promise you, let them help because they want to help. And if that child is not necessarily doing that job right, we can find another child and find a job for that one as well that will work better. Now, have you heard of an Enneagram? Well, it's a personality test that helps you learn how you function in the world. It is very popular right now, and I absolutely love the Enneagram and reading about myself and all of the different digital arts on Instagram. Which Disney princess is an Enneagram 3? Like, I just like learning about myself based on my Enneagram. So we will discuss how to make a plan specific to your personality, and noticing your personality and your Enneagram type will help you create an environment in your classroom that your students will absolutely thrive. So you and your partner teacher may not be the same Enneagram, and that is fine, but your classroom environments will not be the same. So that's why comparing yourself to other teachers is not the best option, because you want to make sure you're creating something that is best for you, because if you feel comfortable, your students will feel comfortable. So I am a type 3 teacher. I am the achieving one, and I try to create a classroom with clearly defined expectations so students have the best opportunity to succeed and grow. I have a can-do attitude, positive, natural encourager. This is me to a T. So this is just a little bit of what we're going to talk about the different Enneagrams and how you can create your classroom environment based on that. So tomorrow we will talk about procedures, unique procedures, overlooked ones that will blow your mind and realize, okay, I need to change this. Also, we will talk about what happens when a procedure is not working. What do we do? Because the only consistent thing in education is change. And we want to make sure we're changing and tweaking things to fit the needs of our students. Sometimes you may have a procedure for your first class, and that second class may have a different procedure for that exact same thing, because it just works better. Either way, your sanity will be saved, and you will not be spending your time after school cleaning up, figuring out where things go, trying to find things, because it will be orderly. Okay? So tomorrow we're going to talk about procedures. So day 1 is done, cultivating your confidence in classroom organization. You can use those tips that we talked about, planning out your area, moving your files to digital, and figuring out where your student materials will go are the first 3 things you can do from your couch this summer to make sure you're ready to go with classroom organization. So day 1, we have done it. So the secret word for today is plan. So let's remember to send me this word in Instagram, direct message, and you will be in the drawing for a $25 Amazon gift card. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.